new season, so you got all the players back?
Yeah. It's not that new of a season, but we're excited. Tournament at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Motor City Madness. It's we can put the regular season behind us, focus on the first round of the Horizon League tournament, and get fired up for that.
John, this is the happiest I've seen you in weeks. It's like, I mean, tell me about the new, it's like what kind of things go into it? What have you seen from your team?
Well, it was a tough weekend for us. I mean, Oakland is really good, tough matchup for us. They pretty much did the same thing to us they did the first game. And then Detroit, we battled hard. They were picked second in the conference and have a ton of talent, a ton of upperclassmen. Leadership. So we hung with them. I think it was 6 in the fourth, 7, 4 points in the fourth quarter. We just, again, I thought their playmakers made plays. I thought Reynolds, who was the preseason player of the year, made a ton of tough shots. I thought Haley Rostovsky made 2 big threes in crunch time. And that's what seniors do. So unfortunately, we dropped that, but now we can refocus on Valpo, a team that we beat at home. I think we were up 12 in the second half, and they beat us handily at their place. But without Mary, Lynn Forrest did a great job. She had 22 points and 12 rebounds, I think, in that game. And with a 5'10" Morgan Olson and a 5'11" Tamira Ford against 6'4", that was really hard for us to deal with. But Mary's back and at full strength, so that's exciting. And we just want to give it everything we have. We've worked way too hard and gone through so much adversity to not fight right through the end. So we're going to see what we can do in this tournament, and you never know during tournament time.
Because you guys took Bright State to the wire, played competitively with Detroit, I know you want the other coaches to assume, but are you guys a tough draw? Do you feel you're a tough draw?
I know there's some coaches that don't want to play us. I'm sure there's others that do. Again, it's matchups. It's really matchups, and but I think we're going to compete really hard and bring the games down to the wire. And again, in tournament time, you never know what plays players will step up and make to pull off big upsets.
Which team has the advantage? I mean, you haven't played them in a month, so does one team have an advantage or not?
I don't think so, because they were missing Hamlet, who had a great game against us the first game. We were missing Mary in the second game, so I think it's wide open. I think whoever makes plays down the stretch is going to win the game.
How big is Allison in the mix of what you're trying to do for this tournament?
Allison's huge. I mean, she's literally carried us for about 5 weeks. This past weekend, she struggled shooting, and it's tough on our offense. But it's hard to, you can't count on shooting night in, night out, and that's why your defense has to be good. And our defense has struggled this year. We're going to tweak a few things to get ready for them and play as good as we can, and I'm excited to see how our players react. Again, a lot of young players getting time in a tournament atmosphere. Having both the men's and women's teams together is exciting. It'll bring more fans, bring more of our fans, and really looking forward to it.
Defensively, what kind of things are you going to try to do to get these girls more acclimated? And I know it's something you've always had a staple of.
Well, I'm not going to go into too much detail on exactly what, but just being really mentally sharp and being in the positions that we want them to be in is crucial. I think with as many young players as we've had out there this year, there's been a lot of ups and downs on that side, like being in the right position sometimes, other times not, and we're just trying to be in the right position as much as we can, and that will help us.
Coach, you've had this kind of one game at a time mentality throughout most of the season. Is that giving your team a little bit more confidence, knowing that in the tournament it really is one game at a time?
Hopefully it keeps us going in the same direction that we have been. I mean, I don't think there's any question that we've been getting better throughout the season. it's tough because you're playing teams in full strength and you have, arguably your top 3 players out. So that being said, it's hard to close that gap. I feel like we have been. Wright State right down to the end. Detroit a 4-point game in the fourth quarter when they're probably the most experienced, maybe the most talented team in the league. So we're making steps forward, and that's what we want to continue to do.
Sean, you haven't played back-to-back with that scenario, so how do you kind of approach that?
Well, in our situation, we would play 2 games and then have a day off. So it's good for us in a sense that we would have a day off if we can get by those first 2 games. It's tough because we put ourselves in a position to play the top seed in the second round, which is Green Bay, and we've struggled against them this year. But Milwaukee lost the first game to Green Bay by 42 points and then beat them by 12, I think, the second game. So they've proven that it is possible, and some other teams have beat them this year. We have to put all of our eggs in the Valpo basket first because it's going to take everything we have to get by them. They're playing really well. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, gaining confidence. So it's going to be a challenge to beat them.
And with the possibility of all conference, I don't know what you can say, but is Allison a first teamer, do you think, or?
You know what? I don't know. I would say, she should be on one of the teams because of what she did for our program throughout the conference season. So hopefully the rest of the coaches see how much she's meant to our team and get her on there.
And then Mary, obviously.
I think Mary will no doubtedly be on the all freshman Horizon League team. It would be, I think it would be a shocker if she wasn't the freshman of the year in the conference. I mean, she's done that much, especially with the players that we have out. She was our leading scorer until she hurt her ankle, and has still just done a great job for us all year.